Hi team. I'm back again to discuss how we're building our technology programs in the school, and this week we're going to explore capacity, and capacity is the third topic we're looking into. And capacity is something that you're going to have to assess in every program, as with a lot of these other topics we've touched on, but particularly in your technology program we need to consider it, and if it's not done correctly it can have pretty serious adverse outcomes. So let's explain quickly what capacity is. By capacity, what we're talking about is the capacity for your school or your system to expand and absorb what you're trying to achieve. Now, that's often the capacity of your teachers. You might have teachers who have maybe a level of expertise and we need to assess that as part of your current capacity, or we may have people who have the ability but don't have the time assigned in their routine where they can take that time to expand their capacity. So we see this as a challenge, and this is a common challenge because we're all very busy people, expected to take on more and more all the time, and you've got people who are lifelong learners who take this into their own hands and they're spending their weekends at, I don't know, code camps or potentially just playing around, tinkering, downloading apps. And these people start putting in time and effort of their own to build their own capacity. And often that's taken advantage of, not because anyone has an intention to do the wrong thing, just because we know that they have an ability and we assume that that comes automatically to them, rather than considering that it takes a lot of time in their own time, in their family time, to expand that capacity. So when we're thinking capacity, let's consider what have I got currently? Where do I need to be so that our capacity is in alignment with our expected outcomes? What's our technology's capacity, as in what are our IT systems capacity? Do we have the right support there? And then we need to assess that and really get a benchmark for where we're at now and see if it's realistic to plan to add into what we want to expand on within the current capacity, or whether we need to look into potentially professional learning, relief of time in schedules for key people so that they can expand their capacity at work. And of course, by all means, if people are passionate enough and they want to push their own capacity, expand their own capacity in their personal time, I think we all do that a bit in our jobs. I don't think we live in a world where a lot of people are working 9 to 5 and then clock off, so that's always great, but we just need to make sure that's rewarded and not taken advantage of. So capacity, as with all these points, really important, very easy to overlook because we get very excited at the vision stage, we start to plan and we start to make up what we want to get to, and we don't consider where we're at now, our current state. So really want to spend some time assessing that capacity, expand on that capacity if required, and I would document that pretty carefully to make sure you're not going to set yourself up for fail. As usual, if you do have comments, feedback, anything that you would like to expand on, or you needed particular help in this area, please reach out to me. Otherwise, we'll reach out next week for our next topic. Cheers.